Okay, everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, we are going to get our sound back. I tried to take the opportunity to upgrade my equipment a little bit, and hopefully, in this situation, we will get the information out to you without worrying about duplicating the event more than once. So, you're listening to House Calls with Dr. Rory T. Edwards, and today we're going to talk about something that I think most people uh, would admit that they go through, but a lot of people try to deny the fact that it doesn't happen to them. It's not going to happen to them. And this inspiration came from one thing I want to say is I'm so very proud of my children and their accomplishments. But my youngest daughter, if many of you may follow me or may not know, but you're going to know today, is an amazing songstress. And she put together a new song talking about honoring, you got to honor your pain. And she says it's a new day. And so when I listened to that song, I thought about, what we're talking about. What we're talking about in all of these segments of house calls is really that. How do you get out of certain situations which truly identify with the pain in your life? And so many of us waddle in our pain, and so many of us just don't look at pain as the source of some of our foundational choices. And so I want to say that this is what I'm doing today. I'm sitting down to talk with you about something we all carry, but many don't want to admit. It's pain. Pain doesn't show up when we break bones or get hurt on the outside. It sneaks into our hearts, into our minds, into our relationships, into our conversations, into our thoughts. And here's the truth. When we don't deal with it, we don't honor it, and it doesn't disappear. The pain just continues to grow, and it just grows at its own pace. It just shifts to another part of your whole cipher, right? It just shifts to another part of your cipher. And sometimes the people who love us most, the ones closest to us, end up carrying the weight of the pain that was never theirs to hold, because what we do is we pass it on to other people. And as we engage in it every day, that's what we do. We sort of drop this pain on people because what we're looking for is some type of support that is going to say that this is my pain, but you have to share it with me to be in my circle, in my circle. And so this is one of the things that I really want to talk about. I want to help people today to try to see if they can address their pain and how they identify their pain. Because you see, pain comes in many forms. It comes in many forms. We may just think of it as, a broken heart. But I want to tell people this. When people say, I have a broken heart, but then people will turn around and tell you, well, you got to change your thoughts to change your pain. Well, it doesn't make any difference how much you change your thoughts. The real controller of your adaptation into becoming whole again is through your heart. Your heart really controls all of the emotional energy that you put out into the world, that you put out in your conversations, that you put out in your relationships, that you put out just in being who you are. It really comes through your heart, because for some, it's the pain of a loss. For others, it's disappointment, it's betrayal, it's rejection, it's failure. It's all of those things that when you sit down and you look at, you try to tell people, well, this is the things that I'm really trying to, excuse me, that I'm really trying to accomplish. But it's also the feeling of not feeling seen. Many people believe that they're not really feeling seen in the world and that people don't value their contributions. But that's all based on who you associate with. If you associate with people of low value and low authority, that's what you're going to run into. You have to put value in yourself. You have to put all of this stuff into yourself. And then all of a sudden you'll realize who you're connecting with is going in the same direction that you want to go with. But what are some of the things that we do with this pain? A lot of times we just ignore it. We allow people to sort of talk about us. We allow people to put value on us, and we ignore it. We have to start taking ownership of it. If a person is not lifting you up or not valuing your contributions to anything, you have to dismiss them out of your life, right? So I want you to think about this. Have you ever been upset about one thing, but found yourself yelling about something else to someone else? Or maybe you walked away from someone you love, not because of them, but because of something inside you that never healed. You know, in the communities we come from, we were always said to keep family business in the house. But sometimes that pain comes from the house. And so every time you go back into the house, you have to relive that pain. And so you never are able put yourself in a position to release it, right? You always have to relive it every time you enter where the pain was initiated. And so we have to look at what are we doing? What are we creating in the environments that we establish with people and with ourselves, right? So when you talk about honoring your pain doesn't mean living in it forever. It doesn't mean let it define you. It means respecting it enough to listen to what it's trying to teach you. Because maybe your pain is saying a few things. Maybe your pain is saying slow down. Maybe your pain is saying leave it alone, walk away from it, get rid of it. Maybe it's whispering to you in small statements about what you're enduring. You have to set some boundaries with the pain that you're going to accept and how pain is going to help you grow. Maybe it's reminding you of what you went through. Like I said, if every time you have to go back into the house and you have to relive that pain, the pain is reminding you that it's something that's not sitting well in your spirit, and you have to get better than that. You have to give yourself better than that. When we take the time to honor our pain, we turn it from a weapon of self-destruction into wisdom of moving past what we are supposed to be doing with our pain. So this is what I want you to think about right now. What pain in your life have you ignored? And because you ignored it, what might have you felt instead of addressing that pain and acknowledging what it did to you? So if you're listening, go ahead and type in the chat or just write it down for yourself. That's awareness. That's awareness. And the first step towards growth is that you have to acknowledge your pain and you have to honor it. You have to honor it. You have to say, this is the pain that I have endured. And you have to turn yourself from a victim into a victor. You have to turn being a victim into victory, because what you've accomplished is you beat pain. You beat it. And now your growth, and you're able to talk about it. You're able to tell other people about your story. And that's the thing that you have to really, really do. And so what is the growth piece for this? What is the growth piece? Every day is waiting for you. That's the greatest thing that happens. When you get up in the morning and you put your feet on the ground, that means you've been blessed with a new day. That day is waiting for you. The universe is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to give your best to the world. And so if you get up in the morning and that pain has marinated in your spirit all night, and you get up What do you think you're going to do? Everybody you engage with, everybody you encounter during the course of the day is going to have to feel your pain. Do you know the difference? And I used to be a substance abuse counselor. Never was a substance abuser, but was a substance abuse counselor. And, it's funny because I say that because people, when I got clients, they used to say, well, if you don't know what it feels like to be an addict, how can you tell me to get up off of drugs or alcohol? And I said, because I can see the results of what you are. I don't have to live it to understand the results. I see it. I can see the suffering, the pain that you've gone through and what it's done to your physical appearance, what it's done to your mental stability, what it's done to your mental resiliency. I can see what it has to do. I don't have to try it to find out what to do to get off of it. I know what to do. You understand? I can see it. So when you get up in the morning, you have to understand that what you bring to the world is what the Creator is giving you another opportunity to wake up to do. And if it's pain, you have to learn. You have to learn how to get rid of that pain, and you have to address that pain head on. If it's with a person, if it's with a situation, if it's with your stability and being who you want to be, you have to address it. You have to address it. You can't show up your whole life and keep passing on pieces of the pain to people who don't deserve it. You have to get rid of it. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to take a breath. I want you to acknowledge your hurt. And instead of saying, why me, try saying, what now? What can I grow into because of this? That's where your power is. That's how you walk into a new day lighter, freer, and ready to serve in your purpose. It's because of the fact that you have to honor your pain. Because you went through the pain, guess what? You're a better person. It's really difficult for people to come in and talk about how to help you to navigate if they've never experienced pain. For those who sit around and say, I've never experienced pain, man, you crazy. You sit up here lying to yourself. Because if you've ever been injured, if you've ever been hurt, if you've ever had an illness, if you ever watched somebody pass on, if you've ever watched anybody do anything that contributes to pain, then you've acknowledged and you've received that pain. If you've been a part of it, that's you. That's you. And so you have to realize that that's what we're talking about. So I'm going to close with this. This is your challenge for me. I'll leave you with this. If you sit with your pain, honor it, and then decide what you'll plant from it, right? What you'll plant from it. Because pain can either poison you or it can prepare you. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And family, I hope you choose growth because a new day is waiting. A new day, a new person, a new mindset. You can't live in other people's pain. You can't live through other people's pain. You have to learn how to deflect their toxic energy and understand how you build in your positive energy. And then if their pain is overwhelming, then you have to eliminate yourself from that cipher, from that purpose. You have to eliminate yourself from that, because what happens is now you're drawing other people's stuff into your energy source, and it's zapping your energy. And your emotional energy is what you get when you say, this is a new day. So I want to say thank you to my baby girl for making that song, because it tells you you have to honor your pain, right? So you can grow into a new day. So for all of you who have listened, my daughter's listening, thank you. Gregory's listening, thank you. My brother Richie's listen, thank you. This is what we do. This is what we do. We give messages, we give information to people so that you don't have to believe that you are alone in this situation. that you don't have to believe that you're alone on this island with what you're going through. Everybody who's breathing today has gone through some pain. Everybody who's breathing today has gone through some pain. So if you want to honor your pain so you can grow into a new day, here it is. Here it is. So until we talk again, until the Creator gives me a new day, I want you to really honor your pain. I want you to live your life on purpose. And I want you to definitely check us out. Check us out at the Rory T. Edwards Group. That's what I'm talking about. www.rorytedwards.com. Because for us to grow, we must realize that there are people out there who are living in the same circle as us, and that nobody is walking in perfect harmony. So until we talk again, you all be well, stay blessed. Ashe. It's your man, Dr. Rory T. Edwards, and I'm out.